guys, so today what I'm going to be talking about in this vlog is going to be my TBR for April, and we'll be going through some books that I want to read throughout this month. So yeah, so that's what we'll be talking about, is my TBR this month, and I shall also be talking about what I read in March. I haven't really read much in March, only because I have actually been in a big book slump, really. I think I read about 3 books in March when I normally read about 8. So also been on an ordering spree, and I've bought myself loads of books, so if you do want to check out what I got, I will be going through it thoroughly on my TikTok account. So these are my TBR reads for April, and also what I read in March, but I'm gonna actually have to pull them out because I haven't pulled them out. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So my very first book on my TBR for April is Nightshade by Autumn Woods. So I've heard quite a lot about this book, and I've seen a lot of reviews about it, and a lot of people are saying it's really good. So I'm really excited to read this one. It's basically enemies to lovers, and what really caught my eye was he's her enemy, she's his everything. So this is the Sorrow Song University book 1. Just read a little bit about it. So he would burn down the world for her, but she plans to burn his to the ground. You know what type of book this is now. Ophelia Winters wants revenge. Isolated in the Scottish Highlands, can I just say, I love a Scottish type of theme book, and then isolated in the Scottish Highlands, Sorrow Song University only welcomes students from the most powerful families. Ophelia doesn't belong, but a rare scholarship grants her the perfect opportunity to investigate the accidental death of her parents near the castle grounds. Things get off to a rocky start when she runs afoul of the mysterious Alex Corbu Green, son of her prime suspect. As far as she's concerned, he's just a young version of his billionaire father, a monster hiding beneath a beautiful facade. When an unknown tormentor begins to stalk Ophelia, she realises she may not be able to survive Sorrow Song on her own. Alex becomes her unexpected ally and her alibi for murder, but as she starts falling for the soft heart that hides beneath his hard exterior, her hunger for revenge wavers for the first time. Can she really bring herself to destroy everything he's known? Mystery, murder, revenge. Welcome to Sorrow Song University. I adore a really good type of academia book, and this is something that I really think I will enjoy. So this is definitely on my TBR for April, and the cover is absolutely beautiful. So yes, this is something I will be definitely looking forward to reading. I'll probably read this at the very beginning of the month. How many pages is it? It's 394 pages, so this probably will be like a 2-day read for me because I work full-time. So the next book is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I don't know if I'm saying that right, I'm sorry if I'm not. It's definitely something I've been putting off for quite a while, and I have the other books as well, so I thought it was time to get into this one because I've heard such good reviews about this book. So read it. So let me just read the blurb for you. So when Rin aced the Keju, the test to find the most talented students in the Nikara Empire, it was a shock to everyone that she got into Singard, the most elite military school in Nikan. Was even more surprising, but surprises aren't always good, because being a dark-skinned peasant girl from the south is not an easy thing at Singard. Fighting the prejudice of rival classmates, Rin discovers that she possesses a lethal unearthly power, an aptitude for the nearly mythical art of Shannonism. Explore her gifts with the help of seemingly insane teacher. Rin learns that gods long thought dead are very much alive, and that mastering these powers could mean more than just surviving school. For while the Empire is at peace, the Federation of Mugen still lurks across a narrow sea. The Federation occupied Nikran for decades after the First Poppy War, and only barely lost the continent in a second. And while most people calmly go about their lives, a few are aware that a third Poppy War is just a spark away. This sounds like a little bit me. It feels like it's a little bit of a palate cleanser for me at the moment, because I've been reading quite a lot. Well, this is fantasy, but I've been reading like quite a lot, like just normal, like not in-depth fantasies, and I feel like this is kind of a more in-depth fantasy read. So I'm really excited to read this one, and I have the other books, so I might as well start them. So yes, this will definitely be going on to my TBR for April. However, I think I'm going to read it at the end, only because if it's a series, I want to get through the series quick enough to get through all my TBR. So yes, this is definitely something that I'm looking forward to. So I've A Requiem for Fallen Stars, Cadence of the Fallen by Hazel S. Wilkes. This book is a floppy book. I love a floppy book, and I'm really excited to read this one. Actually, haven't seen a lot of reviews on this book, but I've heard really good things about it from friends, and also from book talkers, to see what it's about. Read through the blurb. So it's Lyra Izakali does not clutch onto the jagged remnants of her past. She buries them deep beneath her skin. To feel is to give power to the past, to let grief and memory carve through her like a blade. But Lyra refuses to let them win. She will not let the sharpened words of men who call themselves nobles and kings cut deeper than they deserve. If they cannot wound her, they cannot control her, and if they cannot control her, then freedom is hers to claim despite her feeling anything but free. And that is like, I will eat this up. Like, this is something that's really up my street. To be fair, guys, like, it's another academia. Really? I didn't realise I picked so many academia books, but I don't read a lot of them, so which is surprising, because I also have On Wings of Blood on my TBR this coming month, so which makes it even more funny, really. This one is seems very interesting, so yeah, I can't wait to get on to reading this one. And as I was saying, so it's On Wings of Blood by Briar Bolin. So this Bloodwing Academy. I know you can see that there is a bookmark in here. I have started reading this one. I read it back last Feb. Yeah, Feb, because I went on holiday and I started reading it. But I stopped reading it because I didn't really like see like where it was going, and it was getting a bit boring for me, really. But I think I was in another book slump because I'd just finished Akatar, so yeah, I was really struggling to read at the moment, so nothing was like catching my eye to read or anything. So I picked this up and I was like, yeah, let's try and get out the book slump. But I felt it was like a little bit slow, because I'm only on this one, I was only on page 116, but I think I also read it on my Kindle, so yeah, I really struggled with this one, but I want to pick it back up again. So yes, this is definitely something I will be picking back up, so in April. There's multiple in this series, but I only have this one. So, Wing Academy, Blood is Power and Love is a Dangerous Game. I didn't sign up for this. A half-fae in a school of hard-blood vampires? That's a recipe for torment. I'm Medra Pendragon, last of the dragon riders, or so they tell me. Funny thing is, there are no dragons left. Not a single one, but somehow that hasn't stopped the vampires from deciding I'm worth capturing. Now I'm stuck at a Bloodwing Academy where the High Bloods run everything, and Blightborn like me. We're just blood in their veins, pawns in their games. It's not even the worst part. Enter Blake Drakeharrow. Cold, arrogant and way too gorgeous for his own good. He's been tormenting me since the moment we met, and now, thanks to some ancient ritual, we're betrothed. He acts like he owns me, but I'm not going down without a fight. Bloodwing isn't just a school, it's a battlefield. High bloods fight for power, and if you're weak, you're dead. Between deadly competitions, lies that could get me executed, a dragon-shaped secret looming over my head. All I have to do is survive. Easy? Right. Except I'm starting to think that the real danger isn't the academy, it's what I'm becoming in this twisted game of power. And Blake, he might just be the one who pushes me over the edge. They think they can control me. They think they can use me, but they have no idea what they've awakened. So that's basically about On the Wings of Blood. But yeah, I'm really excited to start reading this one again. I just felt like I just couldn't get through it. I don't know what was wrong with me. I'm picking this one back up in April. The Heavenly Bodies by Imani Aru. So this one is book 1. The Heavenly Body series 1 book. So I actually had this on my shelf for so long. So long. And honestly, I really wanted to pick it up, but every time I kept putting it off. So because what put me off about it more was that people were saying it's a tragic ending. I don't actually know whether it is or not, and I'm really like a cliffhanger ending, and I was just not in the mood for that. I was just not in the mood for it. So yes, this is going to be on my TBR for April. So you know the most dangerous kind of villain? A woman with nothing left to lose. We love a good woman with like nothing to care for, like nothing at all. So, in a world ruled by stars, cruel and merciless gods, Alara has been cursed by fate. A prophecy promises she will fall for a star, but it will kill them both. When the star of wrath and war descends to hunt Alara, the neighbouring kingdom sees an opportunity to take her from her home, the kingdom of night, to Helios, the kingdom of light, where she strides straight into the arms of an enemy prince. There, Alara is forced to either let Prince Lorenzo train her into a weapon worthy of battle against the tyrannical reign of the stars, or to accept her fate. But there are shadows even within the kingdom of light, and they threaten to reveal the darkness in Lorenzo's past and the ancient magic that slumbers in Alara's veins, and with it all, the undeniable star-crossed pull between them. I love a good star-crossed lovers type of book, and I feel like I will enjoy this. This is also something a bit different for me because I've never actually read anything along the lines of about stars and gods. Well, I have read about gods, but not something that's like star-crossed lovers. I am very excited to start reading this one because it's like something new for me. This one to read is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I've heard loads of reviews about it and I'm really excited to start reading this one. I not just finished, I finished in Feb One Dark Window, the duology series from Rachel Gillig. And I think she has really good writing style. I didn't particularly like, I didn't think One Dark Window was like the best of the best. I didn't struggle reading it. I struggled reading the second one more. However, it was a good book to pick because I felt like it was something that I've not read before in a way that was more like gothic vibes and stuff like that. So I did particularly enjoy that aspect of it. However, yeah, I just really struggled trying to read through them. But Raven Yu, that is an underrated male character. Can I just say, he is like, yes. But anyways, so The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. So I'm really excited to read this one. I actually got this from the Spicy Librarian from TikTok sensation and New York Times bestselling author Rachel Gillig comes a gothic mystic cloak tale of a young prophetess who is forced on an impossible quest with the one knight whose future she cannot see. Sybil Delling has spent 9 years dreaming of having no dreams at all, like the other foundling girls who traded a decade of service for a home in the great cathedral. Sybil is a diviner. In her dreams, she receives visions from 6 unearthly figures known as omens. From them, she can predict terrible things before they occur, and lords and common folk alike travel across the kingdom of Traums, windswept moors, to learn their futures by her dreams. Just as she and her sister diviners near the end of the service, a mysterious knight arrives at the cathedral. Rude, heretical, and devilishly handsome. The knight Roderick has no respect for Sybil's visions, but when Sybil's fellow diviners begin to vanish one by one, she has no choice but seek his help in finding them. For the world outside the cathedral cloister is wrought with peril. Only the gods have the answers she's seeking, and as much as she'd rather avoid Roderick's dark eyes and sharp tongue, only heretic can defeat a god. Seems very interesting. I like the way, to be fair, Rachel Gillig does give you a gothic type of gritty book, so I'm really excited to read this. So yeah, and on to the next one. So it's the Gods and Monsters series. So I read all 3 books, and then the 4th one's come out, and the name of the 4th book is The Wrath of the Fallen, and it's by Amber V. Nicole. So this one I actually have in a hardback, and I also have it in a paperback, because I don't particularly like reading hardback books, but I love buying them, which is funny because, as you can see, I've got loads. These are all my hardback books, and all my paperbacks are on there, apart from my Court of Thorns and Roses books. But in my next video, we'll probably be going through all my specials, because these are all my specials on the bottom shelf, and then there's a few specials up there. So yeah, that will be something I'll be doing in the next couple of videos. But anyways, enough of the Fallen, book 4. So I actually adored Gods and Monsters series, so I ate it up so fast. I think I read the 3 books in, I read the 3 books in like a week. Honestly, it was like the best thing ever. So I really enjoyed this one, and I found it very good. So I will be reading on. I haven't picked it up yet, which is very surprising, but I shall be reading it on and reading book 4 now. So I'm really excited for this one. I'm not going to read the back of it, only because I don't want to spoil it for some people. So basically the story is on my phone, and read you the blurb. So book 1 of the Book of Asriel, well, the first book is called Book of Asriel, but it's the Gods and Monsters series, so yeah. A dark enemies to lovers fantasy following Diana, a mortal turned powerful creature bound to a monster. She must secure a relic from her enemies, including Liam, Sam Kyle, the exiled king of gods. Forced together, these adversaries must work together to save their crumbling world. Some whole books. So so considering that Sarah J Maas just released saying that she will be releasing more ACOTAR books, I thought it was a good time to pick up the book. The books that I haven't read. So is this the first one? No, I've been saying the wrong one. Ignore me. Yeah, this is the Sarah J Maas House of Earth and Blood, the Crescent City novels. So this is something that I'm really looking forward to. So let me just read the back for you. So, bound by blood, tempted by desire, unleashed by destiny. Bryce Quinlan loves her life. Every night is a party, and Bryce is going to savour all the pleasure Luthanion, also known as Crescency, has to offer. But when a brutal murder shakes the very foundations of the city, Bryce's world comes crashing down. 2 years later, Bryce still haunts the city's most notorious nightclubs, but seeking only oblivion now. Then the murder attacks again. And when an infamous fallen angel, Hunt, assigned to watch her every footstep, Bryce knows she can't forget any longer. As Bryce and Hunt fight to unravel the mystery in their own dark pasts, the thread they tug ripple through the underbelly of the city, across warring continents and down to the deepest level of hell, where things that have been sleeping for millennia are beginning to stir. So yeah, I'm looking forward to really reading this one. I think this one's a really good one to read, to be fair. So yeah, but I did not realise I grabbed the wrong one. I'll put it correctly on my shelves now. But yes, these are something that I shall be looking forward to reading, especially in April. Guys, that is all that's on my TBR for April. But what I've read this month, Fable account. So my monthly reads this month were, let's have a look. So actually, no, I lie. I read One Dark Window in Feb, but I actually read it this month. So, One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. So that was something that I enjoyed Rachel Gillig's writing. But it was just something that I didn't really particularly felt like it was, whoa, this is amazing. So what did I rate it? I rated the books, finished books. So I rated One Dark Window a 4 out of 5. It was something that I felt like I just read it because I felt like reading it, really, because I heard a lot about it. And then I went on to Two Twisted Crowns and I was like, this is alright. It's not like something that I feel like is like absolutely breathtaking and amazing, but I did enjoy it. So that series, that duology, was quite alright, to be fair, to read. Then I went on to my Kindle because I was reading a series by Marion Blackwood, A Flame and Thorns. So this is the Flame and Thorns series. So I read the last 2 books. So I believe Realm of Wind and Vines got released in December time. And then War of Fire and Fury just got released again. So I gave those both 5 stars. I absolutely adore the series. Marion Blackwood, the way she writes is like, and I really, really enjoyed the books. So I lied to you guys, I read 4 books this month. So yeah, it was a bit of a slow month for me, to be fair. I didn't think I was like... I read 8 in Feb and I read 4 this month. So, yeah, I didn't particularly think I was going to read a lot this month because I've been quite busy. I suggest going and reading the Flame and Thorns series by Marion Blackwood. That is like 10 out of 10 for me and I really enjoyed it. Dragon Shifter and FA, and it's about the first one is like a kind of Hunger Games vibes, and it's definitely enemies to lovers, and the books are actually quite easily to go through because they're not too big, but the series itself is really good, so I do recommend that. Reading Metal Slinger, and that is something that I will be finishing as well, probably today. That's basically what my April TBR is and what my March reads were like. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have, please subscribe. If you want to follow me on my other social media, you're more than welcome to. I really hope you enjoyed what's to come in April, and let's see if I actually will go through my TBR this time, because I sometimes don't. But yes, I really hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you when I'll see you. So bye guys.